Testing, testing. Okay. I think I got it. Still there. Good. Get this turned down a bit. There we go. Okay. Alright. Hello, YouTubers. Sorry, having issues with my microphone. My kids, like I said yesterday, decided it was a good idea to sit on them, and they messed up the mic piece, so if I cut in and out, I apologize. Hope everybody is having a wonderful day, morning, evening, whatever time of the day it is, wherever you are. We are back on Spectacle Island. I'm just cleaning up. Got a little bit more trees to clear here in the field, and where did that stump go? There it is. What's left of it. Stuart was working with me last night. Stuart had a rough day today. He's got finals coming up, so he was up late last night working on that and getting his English essays done for the day. He's in bed tonight, so I'm solo tonight. This shouldn't be taking this long. I'm gonna have to get rid of this or do something with it. Oh, okay, finally. Gone. Next. Alright. This field's coming along nicely. Just have a few more trees to take down, and gotta clear all the stumps, and then I can actually use the field. We had some issues yesterday because I hadn't played the map in so long. I guess they did an update. So now I have trees growing in fields that I've already cleared. So I have to clear them again, harvest the crops, and then cut the stumps. Kind of aggravating, but whatever. They made the map better. I like how they changed the reset spawn point to the farm and not all the way back at the docks. It's kind of nice. You don't have to drive all the way back to the shipyard to get it. These stumps are fighting me here. Let's see. I gotta keep changing my angle. Get rid of them. And just a heads up, I apologize if my mic cuts out. I do. You might be able to hear it. I have my phone on in the background so I can actually hear if I'm still talking. If the mic cuts out, hopefully I'll catch it and I'll be able to straighten it out. We're in the middle of a bunch of stuff here at the tiny household. Work's going pretty good. I started a new job last October after leaving a career of 13 years at a retail parts chain, and it was the best move I ever could have made. Work is awesome. I love my new job. Still deal with parts, but it's a privately owned company, so it's a little bit nicer, easier to work for. Not a little bit, it's a lot easier, nicer to work for. I work with a bunch of great guys. They're all awesome. We all get along good. We all work well together. So, who's up ready and waiting for FS19 to come out? I know I don't have anybody watching at the moment. For anybody who catches this, I'd love to hear comments on what their takes are on the new one. The graphics engine looks freaking amazing compared to what we have now. I'll be honest, I lost a little bit of interest in this for a little bit. Didn't do a lot with it. Kind of putzed around here and there, but then they started coming out with some really quality maps that were very impressive. Babes, aka Hot Mama, who does play with me occasionally, enjoys broadcasting with me when we have the time and the chance to do so. We haven't. We were working on Mustang Valley for a little bit. And we got so far, and then just life caught up with us. I missed 3 weeks of work. I had some medical issues pop up. Kind of sucked, but I got through it with the help of my awesome wife. But yeah, 3 weeks out of work sucked. I was going ape shit. Pardon my French. I was going nuts sitting in the house. It was literally, I couldn't go outside because the antibiotics I was on caused a photosensitivity issue. So I was literally stuck in my house for 2.5 to 3 weeks. Couldn't go to work, couldn't go outside to even get some fresh air. It was bad. I'm back up on my feet. Things are improving daily. Taking better care of myself, which I wish I had started doing a long time ago. I have to admit, this stump cutter here is a pretty cool tool. It's a big upgrade over the normal ones that they gave us for the game. I have noticed that if you don't go in on the right angle, though, you'll sit here forever. There we go. Got that one going. Oh, there's one hiding over there in the background. Let's go get that one. So we mainly use Fendt equipment on this farm. I started this a while back, and one night I did a 4-hour stream on it. Was a pretty good episode. I haven't done anything with this map up until last night, since that night. And I don't want to lose my channel due to no activity, so I'm trying to rededicate myself to this on top of keeping up with family life, and we'll see how it goes. I'd like to increase my viewers a great bit, so open suggestions, comments are welcome, definitely. I did mention last night I am still doing Goldcrest seasons. As I mentioned, I'm coming into year 2. Just getting ready to start buying animals, hopefully. Cleared a lot of forestry on that map so far. It's about all you can do with seasons in the wintertime, is cut wood. And it's working, but it's time consuming. I haven't done a lot on that map in a while. So, it is fun. It does add a new set of challenges. I gotta give props to the gentleman who created the Seasons mod for console, Realismus, I think his name is. But he did an excellent job bringing Seasons to us on console. I was floored when I saw that ad come out on Facebook. It was the first time I saw it come out, and it's awesome. I've changed the layout of the main farm on that map. I might do a broadcast here shortly on that one, just to show you all what I've done with it. I have replanted all of the trees that I took down on the main farm. Which that was a challenge in itself, but it was a fun one. We got a couple of different maps going. I wish they'd remove the 4 GB limit. Because that kills my ambition, because every time I see a new map come out, I end up uninstalling one I put a lot of time and effort into just to try out the new one. Then I fall in love with the new one, and then like this map, I get so involved and engrossed in it that I forget about the other maps that I was working on. So I'm trying to get a good balance going where I stick to one map for a while. I do mainly live streams. I'm still trying to utilize the player or the Share Factory app on the PlayStation so I can do edits and whatnot. So you guys aren't bored just watching me do this strictly. Because, you know, you can only watch somebody clear stumps and cut trees for so long. That's probably why I don't have a lot of viewers, but I'm working on it. I gotta get, we harvested a field yesterday. Field 1 we harvested some corn on. So I'm gonna have to replant that tonight, I think, at some point. I just want to get all these stumps cleared, because once you drop all the trees, clearing the stumps can be a task in itself. So I have to try to find a good balance for clearing stumps and cutting down trees at the same time. We have we have a massive pile of wood over there that came out of, let's see, I'll bring up the map here. I had cleared completely lot 11 and 14, and then I had uninstalled the map, and while the map was uninstalled, there was an update. And when I came back into the map last night, now we have trees that have respawned in lot 11 and 14. And we cleared 14 of the trees last night. That's what that mess there is from. So that'll be a task for this evening, is getting all that picked up and getting it sold to the mill down by the dock. Get that out of here so I can get some more work going here. I have potatoes on lot 14, and what did I plant on lot 11? I got canola on lot 11 that needs to be harvested. So, or no, what do I have on lot 14? What is on lot 14? I forgot. No, I do have potatoes on 14, and I got canola on 11. So, yeah. And if you look up that direction, that's lot 11 over there, straight ahead. And I have trees in the middle of my canola field because of the update. So we're gonna have to work on that. Get that straightened out. This is all the wood. Here, I'll show you all this massive pile of wood. Those were 14 trees that had respawned in lot 14. Kind of aggravating after all the I'd spent hours clearing those fields. As I'm sure anybody who's played this field knows, it takes hours of, especially if you're on your own, it's time consuming, of dropping trees, taking the log down to the dock, taking the truck down to the docks and selling all the wood. And then you gotta clear the stumps, then you gotta plow and cultivate the field, do all your steps for that. It's just, I love the fact that they updated the map. It's just kind of aggravating that now I have to clean it all back up again. But it's nowhere near what it was, thankfully. I've been getting a lot of good ideas and some inspiration from a lot of other YouTubers that I am subscribed to and that I watch. Arthur Chapman and Daggerwin are on, who are on PC. They're religious with putting out videos every week. And I absolutely love their videos. I love watching them. I love listening to them both. It makes me wish I had a PC, because I would definitely play it with either one of them on this game. It's amazing the amount of mods that they have access to over console. Mr. Sealy P's giving me some ideas for some possible role plays in the future. Ideas. I love listening to him. He comes up with some awesome ideas, and I just love listening to the sound of his voice in his videos. He's very creative, man. And I'm in the process of trying to pick a set time I have Sundays and Mondays off now, where when I first started working, I was working 6 days a week, and out of the 6 days, one of them was a 13-hour shift. It was 8 a.m. till 9 p.m., and it took so much out of me that I didn't want to do anything when I got home, and I'd literally come home and I'd be home by about 9 o'clock on a Saturday night. I'd get out at 9 o'clock, and I'd be up I'd try to play for like an hour. I'd pass out within 45 minutes of being home, and it was just too much. So then they changed the schedules due to payroll issues. So I went to 5 days, which was better, but my weekend fell on a Monday and a Tuesday, so I didn't get Saturdays off or Sundays off, and I was still working 13 hours on Saturdays. Then they went from it just started now that I have Sundays and Mondays off. This would be my first Sunday, Monday off as of today, this week, which is amazing. I mean, I got to spend so much time with my family yesterday. It was quite relaxing. We had a blast. I got to be able to attend church yesterday morning to watch my wife become a member of the church she's been going to with our two youngest kids. So proud of her. And we just had an awesome day. We were able to just hang out at home, do stuff, go out for a bit, do some other stuff, get some stuff done that needed to get done, and it was amazing. And then being Monday today, I got to spend the day with my wife, which I'll give anything to be able to do that. So it's worked out for the best. And I still work a decent shift on Saturdays. It's not 13 hours, but it's still 9 hours. So I didn't lose a lot, but it's taking quite a load off of me. So it's working out for the best for everybody involved. Now everybody at work has a weekend day off, which was the biggest issue with the company we were working for. HR wanted to see all of the guys in the parts room have at least one weekend day off, which I've never worked for a company that did that for anybody before, so that's pretty amazing to have a company that worries about their employees having at least one weekend day off. It means a lot, and it's appreciated greatly. So, and it couldn't have fallen on a better time either, because now the steering in my Ford pickup the steering shaft is actually binding up. So, Now at least I'll have time to actually look into that and get it fixed ASAP. We had an exciting day today. The wife and I, we went out to lunch. We had a good time. We did some quick shopping, and in the midst of trying to recharge my AC system, I forgot to relatch the hood. And unfortunately, the safety catch did not do its job, and the hood came up on one of the major roads that we travel on the way home from doing our shopping. So there was a little bit of excitement there. Didn't really damage much. It didn't take out the windshield, thank God. But it messed up the cowl for the wiper blades and whatnot. So kind of sprung the hood hinges. So I got to look into that and see if I can get them replaced. It's a Jeep thing, I guess. It's happened. I'm not the only one that's happened to, but I should have been paying more attention and not rushing. So it's my fault that it happened, but thankfully I got lucky in the respect it didn't damage much. I'm just ecstatic it didn't take out the windshield. That was would have been my biggest concern. And now I can actually start doing more work to that because that has a lot of safety issues that need to be addressed rapidly. I have to replace both the driver and passenger seats. The rear suspension needs work. I have a rear axle bearing that's grinding, so yeah, it's a work in progress. But as I've been told, it's a Jeep thing, which I don't know quite how I feel about that, knowing that it's a common problem. Alright, let's see here. Let's go get Le Fent and we'll start loading up some wood here. Yeah, I missed a stump back there. Oh well. I love the fact that they changed. Oh, I missed one there too. Well, I'll see it more when I plow. I love the fact that they changed the arm sensitivity on these. On the hooks and whatnot for the grapple hooks and the Scorpion. It makes things go a lot quicker than it used to. I'm sure you all remember what it was like on FS15, which, by the way, they updated that as well in that game. And I don't know if anybody still plays it. I do, just for retro. That's what got me hooked, was 15. Never let a good game die. I still play it. Usually when I'm laying in bed and can't sleep, I'll turn it on for 30 or 40 minutes and get some work done. Favorite map on that one was Bjornholm. I wish they'd bring the Bjornholm to console. That was an awesome map. I mean, they brought what was it? They brought another map over from FS15. Can't remember the name of it though for some reason, because I played it on this game. That's gonna drive me nuts now. Still, cool map. I mean, if they can do it with that one, you'd think they'd be able to do it with Bjornholm. Bjornholm was an awesome map. Could do a lot with that. I had originally bought that game on Xbox One. I'm on PlayStation now. But I had bought FS15 originally for the Xbox One when I first started getting back into console gaming. And I played it once for like 20 minutes, and I just couldn't get the gist of it. So I got frustrated. I put the game away for an entire year, and after a year, I kind of played all the games out on the Xbox, and finally said, you know what, let's give it a shot again. And I even that's how I found a lot of the YouTubers that I do watch, Arthur Chapman, Daggerwin. That's where I started being able to figure out how to do what on the game, because we all know it doesn't come with instructions. Um, but once I figured it all out, I literally played the game for 24 hours straight. Uh, Upset the wife just a little bit, but it was once you got the gist of it, it was fun. And then I started having problems with my Xbox, and I lost probably about, I think I had 500 hours logged on the game, and I had a glitch cause an issue, and it wiped out the entire file. I was so upset. And after that, I just kept going. I'm like, you know what? It's not going to stop me. I'm not going to give up. I just started over. And then I ended up with a buddy of mine conned me into buying a PlayStation 4 because of the graphics. And I have to admit that the graphics card between PS4 and Xbox, hands down, PlayStation's got them, or they did at least. I know that Xbox has the Xbox One S and the Xbox One X now, and I've been told the graphics have greatly increased compared to what the original Xbox was. But I've always been a PlayStation gamer. I started out with the original. I had a PlayStation 2. Um, I have a PlayStation 2. I have quite a few games. Unfortunately, my kids didn't understand that when you play it for so long, it overheats. And I had to take it apart quite a few times to clean it up, clean out the cooling fan of all the dust that it collected, and then put it back together. And they just didn't want to listen to me and say, hey, you can play it, but you got to be careful how long you play it because it's going to mess it up again, and I'm going to have to do this all over. And they just didn't. They didn't want to listen, so it got messed up. After me taking it apart 6 or 7 times, I got fed up and disconnected it. And that was it. We didn't have a console in the house for probably 6 or 7 years. And my buddy talked me into getting the Xbox because he had one and it was great and awesome. And then he went to PlayStation 4 and he's like, "Oh, this one's so much better, so you got to get this one." And yeah, I fell for it. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. I love both systems. I play when I do play Xbox, it's typically I fell in love with the what game is it? Forza Racing 2 or 3? No, Forza 2. I bought with that, and I absolutely it's an awesome game. I love it. I wish it would come to PlayStation, but it's not gonna because it's a console game for Microsoft, so it's Xbox. We'll never see it on this one. I do have Need for Speed. Some of you know that. I do broadcast Need for Speed once in a while on this. Um, but it's Need for Speed. You've played one. You've pretty much played them all. I don't know how that, in retrospect, goes for the newest version out. I have. Which one do I have? I have not the most recent one, but the one prior to that. Don't get me wrong, still a good game, but Forza Racing is a lot more fun because it's more of a driving simulator than anything. I'm looking into Gran Turismo for PlayStation 4 because I've loved Gran Turismo since day one when it came out. I had all of them at one point, even for the original PlayStation. And yeah, good games, good driving simulators. I'm not by any means a professional on those games for racing. I just enjoy. I'm a gearhead, so I like racing. That's what that boils down to. Okay. Got a few more logs here to pick up. I think I'm just gonna clear up the ones that I have loose, straggled about. I might not even do all that because I got other work I want to get done while during this broadcast. I don't know how long I'm gonna broadcast. I'll try not to bore you too much with too much stuff because everybody out there does it. A lot of them are edited videos though. I only do live broadcasts at the moment. I have yet to learn about the editing portion of it. I don't have a computer to do editing for YouTube, so this is how I broadcast is live on YouTube. So I do have a Twitch account that I just opened up. I might start doing it on that. My oldest does broadcasting on Twitch via the Xbox because that's all you can do from the Xbox at the moment. I know there's a way to broadcast from that to this, but we have yet to figure that out as well. So if you want to hit him up sometime, his gamer tag on Twitch is It's Car Gaming, and he does a lot of the Forza racing as well. If you want to hit him up on Twitch and subscribe, or oh wait a minute, is it Twitch? No, it's Mixer. He broadcasts on for Xbox because we have to figure out how to set him up on Twitch. So you guys want to hit him up on Mixer? He's on there as well, and it's the same thing. It's car gaming. It's all one word. It's spelled exactly how it sounds, minus the car is two R's, not one. So if you ever want to check him out, he tries to do a little bit every night. He only broadcasts for about 30 minutes. So far, he's only had 2 viewers, me being one of them, and somebody else watched him the other night for the entire stream, which he was all excited about. I got an earload of that when I came home from work, and I work second shift, and I don't get home till anywhere between midnight and 12:30. And he was up waiting for me. Dad, I got a viewer tonight. He had one viewer, and it's all he could talk about. He was so excited. So we have to get him a headset. He's being 16. He's biting at the bullet to get a job, so he can afford to buy his own stuff for that. We have to be careful with him though because of his seizures. He can only do so much. The only reason he broadcasts for half an hour on Mixer is because he is susceptible to epileptic seizures, which it sounds bad, but it's not as bad as it sounds. It's a base form of epilepsy, so it's not triggered by gaming. It's triggered by sleep deprivation. And the best way I can explain it is the way it was explained to us by his neurologist. Your nerves basically communicate with the brain one by one in a very fast fashion. When he's tired and exhausted and he's trying to do too many things at once, his nerves will incorrectly communicate with the brain and they will fire instead of one at a time in a rapid speed like they're supposed to. They basically fire all at once and it overloads. It's like an electrical short. They'll fire all at once and his brain cannot handle it, and it'll shut down and reboot in essence. That's the best way I can explain it. So it's the layman's terms is how it was explained to us and him by his neurologist. So it's basically resetting his computer. Unfortunately, in a very traumatic, violent manner. The first time I ever witnessed one of his seizures, I thought the kid had literally stopped. I thought I was burying my oldest child. He turned blue within a matter of 15 seconds. Everything stops. Heartbeat, breath, everything. And then his body basically jump starts itself and everything starts working again. And when it does happen, it knocks him on his ass for 2 or 3 days. So scary to deal with as a parent, even more scarier for the child because they literally have no. I mean, he's had seizures before and slept for the next 12 hours straight, and when he woke up, he has no idea what happened. He has no sense of time. He has no idea what he went through. He's always questioning why he hurts. His body's in so much pain. The physical stress that's put on the body during one of those seizures is. I've seen this kid's head almost rotate 180 degrees during a seizure. That's what it does, and it's scary as a parent to watch your child go through something like that. Even for the child to go through it, it's traumatic. But as parents, it's like, oh my God, what's going on? And it's been he's had I think 23 seizures in 2 years, 3 years time. They're becoming less and less now that they're getting the neurologist is getting a better track of his medication and getting it situated to where he's taking the right amount of doses of each type of medication he's on, and we're hoping he's going to grow out of it. But you can only hope in that situation. He's learned to recognize when his body needs to sleep. He needs to rest when he's doing too much. He could be doing one thing at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then the next thing you know, oh, excuse me, he's climbing into bed. And we'll ask him, dude, you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm just really tired and I need to lay down. And he'll sleep for 4 or 5 hours. So he's gotten a better grasp on controlling what can be controlled, which I'm kind of proud of him because for the longest time there, he was fighting us tooth and nail. He didn't want to abide by his screen time, which is rough for him because uh, being a high schooler, they're in our state anyway. All their work's done on Chromebooks, in class and at home for homework. So his neurologist told him flat out, you're limited to 2 hours screen time. Period. So the majority of his screen time gets used up in school, and at max he only gets like by the end of the day anywhere between a half an hour and 45 minutes at home. And he's got to choose. Does he want to watch TV? Does he want to watch? Does he want to play video games? So he's limited, but he's recognized finally that he needs to act more responsibly with it, and he's been doing good so far. It's been probably about 7 months since his last one, so fingers crossed. Usually he has one every 9 months now. But that's only because he starts pushing himself. And we're keeping a close eye on him right now because school season's almost up. He's coming into his junior year of high school. Uh, he literally is already stressing about finals. He had to turn one in today that he had to work on all weekend. It was an English essay. And as I stated earlier, he passed out Saturday night. And I literally fell asleep on his laptop doing his essay. He had to delete 3 paragraphs worth of just random letters that he had typed when he fell asleep on the keyboard. But he was working at it diligently till about 10, and I guess around 10:30 he passed out on his laptop, woke up at 3 o'clock, and he typed 3 paragraphs worth of just random letters that he had to go back through the next day. He had to reread the entire essay to make sure he didn't mess it all up. And they had to spend about a half hour deleting paragraphs of just random letters without losing the entire essay. So he's trying his best when it comes to grades, but at the same time he's realized that he put himself through too much on Saturday. I felt bad for the kid because we had to go to church the next morning, so we were up at 9:30 in the morning, and he had just gone back. He woke up at 3:30 and went to bed, and then had to wake back up first thing in the morning to go to church. And he was we came home around quarter to noon, and he looked at me. He's like, I can't, Dad. I have to go to bed. And he climbed back into bed at 12 o'clock, and we didn't see him till about 4:30 that afternoon. So thankful he's learning his lesson and taking better care of himself, just like his old man is with his leg. But definitely, if you want to check out his mixer broadcast, like I said, it's car gaming. Car is spelled with two R's, and it's all one word. He's getting pretty good, so if you want to hit him up when he broadcasts, he'd really appreciate it. As I would appreciate it on this. Like, subscribe. If not, please do. If you want to share the video, have at it. You're more than welcome to. And I'd love to get feedback. I love hearing from my subscribers. As long as it's constructive criticism, I don't tolerate any um, trolls. I catch a troll on my channel, they're gone. I don't give them the effort. I don't give them any retaliation. I don't get involved in their crap. You don't like it, don't watch it. And I'm not the only YouTuber that thinks that way, so just saying. Don't waste my time, I won't waste your time. And if you try wasting my time, I'll just ban you from the channel. That's all there is to it. There's no point in it. If you feel the need to say something ugly or be ugly, and don't take this as me being a millennial. I'm not. I'm 30. I'm a 38-year-old father, husband. I don't tolerate that from my kids. I won't tolerate it from anybody else. So, and my kids have tried. So, just an FYI, it didn't succeed. It didn't end well for them. So I think I'm gonna go. Gotten quite a bit of wood off of this lot here. I think what I'm gonna do is go sell this, and I think we're gonna hop over to a different field and get some work done somewhere else. We'll park this up here along the fence line. Shut that down. I always put the hydraulics down. It's less work on the machines. Oh, guess I gotta stay in there until it goes down. Less stress on the equipment. Batten down the hatches, fellas. We're going to go drop a load of wood. I love the fact that they started this map out with forestry equipment. Made it so much nicer. Of course, making it through these skinny fence posts can be difficult at times, so we're gonna go out this way, and we're gonna kind of back. Anybody there? Can you hear me now? Alright, cool. So we're back. You'll hear my voice in the background. I have my phone going on. Like I said, I have microphone issues because my kids were being kids. So, alright, let's dump this off here. This is the one thing I do not care for on this map is the fact that that auto unloads like that. I wish they'd make this work like they do on the other maps. There we go. And this is a semi-realistic map. We do teleport, so forgive me. Oh yes, we have some bales to get dumped into the shredder, so we can get some slurry. So I don't have to pay for fertilizer anymore. So we'll get this guy down to field 1 and get that cultivated. I gotta get field 3 cultivated as well. Actually, field 3 I have to plow. Give me 1 minute, folks. I will be back in about 5 or 6 minutes. I'm going to set a worker on this field. I have to use the facilities. I will be right back. I know my headset's working, so I apologize for the humming noise. I set my headset on top of our turtle tank, so that would have been the humming and the water running noise you heard. We have red-eared sliders that we acquired back in February, and they're pretty cool. We have ended up with a male and a female unknowingly. So we have Mrs. Timms and Mr. Digger are their names. And they're pretty cool turtles. They have definitely have their own personalities. Awesome pets to have. They're easy to they're kind of pricey for startup costs as pets, due to the tank and filters and stuff you have to buy. Other than that, they're easy to maintain. The filters aren't expensive. The food's inexpensive. They like goldfish for snacks. We don't feed them goldfish, so don't worry. We're not mutilating animals or fish. We feed them turtle food and freeze-dried shrimp and whatnot, but that's it. And they love it, and they're growing like weeds. We're actually within at least the next month, we're gonna have to upgrade their tank. They need, for general rule of thumb with red-eared sliders, for every inch of turtle shell, you need 10 gallons of water. So if they have a 4-inch if your turtle has a 4-inch shell from front to back, you need a 40-gallon tank. These guys will grow all the way up to 12 inches in length front to back. So max, they're going to need at least a 55-gallon tank, if not bigger, because that's just a rough estimate as to how big they get. So anywhere between, they say, 60 and 75 gallons is optimal, but they're more than content in a 55-gallon tank. So, and they have plenty of room to move around in a 55-gallon tank. They're doing pretty good in the one they have at the moment, but they are growing like weeds, so we're going to have to upgrade here within at least the next month, which is okay with us. We don't mind. They're pretty cool turtles. We have to take them out to clean their tank every like 4 weeks, which they like because then it's a different environment for a little bit. They're just all around an awesome pet to have. Well, let's see here. I think I gotta get back up to the main farm here. I think this is it. Yep. I think I have a fertilizer spreader, because now I do plowing every 3 stages of, where is my fertilizer at? Oh, where did it go? I know I have a fertilizer spreader here somewhere. Where did it go? No, that's the potato harvester. Or no, that's the sugar beet harvester. We do have a forage silo here for chaff, which I am doing a lot of because I do have cows at the main farm here on this map. And we do have sheep, which sheep are easy because you only need grass and water for them. Where did my fertilizer spreader go? I think I might have, oh, you know what? I think I reset it to a different farm. So we're going to have to find, let's go, no, I don't want to exit. There we go. Let's see here, do I have a fertilizer spreader? Oh yeah, oh, that's right, I have a sprayer over here. Okay, so we'll just cycle till we find the sprayer. and we'll spray the field. Oh, come on. Oh, there. Nope. That was. Oh, no. There it is. Ah, this field's ready to be. Oh, nope. Not yet. It's close. Got a little bit more growth to go on this field. So we'll take you over field 1. Wait for this to fold up. If anybody's watching, or if anybody does watch this, I'd love comments. What do you guys think about these sprayers? I'll show them to you in the maps, or in the shop here. Now the New Holland one is good. It's got, if I'm not mistaken, it's got one of the highest. Um, we're getting feedback on my phone here. The New Holland has a good width, but it doesn't carry a. I think it's got the highest capacity for liquid fertilizer. So if we go over here, the Stara is 51,000, but that does both liquid and solid fertilizer. The Amazon's the biggest, but it has the least capacity at 41 meters, but it only carries 4,500 liters worth of liquid fertilizer. Then we have the Horsepack sprayer, which is decent width, decent capacity, but then we have the Lizard fertilizer sprayers, which I've kind of become accustomed to using because they have different widths. The prices are reasonable compared to some of these. I mean, look at the Massey Ferguson one. That thing's $184,000. It has a low capacity and a low width. And I mean, look at the prices of these guys. I mean, even the New Holland's $237. These guys here are all, they don't exceed $25,000 or pounds or whatever. I'm on Spectacle Island, so I don't know what geo pack that would fall under. I know it's somewhere in the UK, I think. I know it's a fake map. It's not a realistic map. It's not based off of anything. It's made up. But I'd like to hear your opinions on the sprayers, honestly. I mean, I like them. They work. I'm always looking for info, like I stated. Kind of wish they'd put traffic out here, make it a little bit more realistic. I mean, there's not even any cars in town when you go to the docks to pick up any equipment. You see that field there? We're doing all that. We're gonna Stuart and I are gonna harvest that for silage. All of that is gonna be silage, and it's gonna be done with the old school Massey Ferguson silage harvester. Because I do not have the money yet for an actual silage harvester. So it's going to be a two-man job. I typically only play this game with my kids. It's the main reason I have two PlayStations. The one I'm on right now is a 500 gigabyte. It was one of the earlier ones that came out. I have a 1 terabyte PS4 Slim in my bedroom, which is fantastic with the amount of capacity that you can have for games on that. I have a lot of games on that, and I don't even think I've used up half the hard drive. My goal is to upgrade both PlayStations to a 2 terabyte hard drive, which is a lot of you will say, well, that's kind of outrageous. That's a lot for a PlayStation. But you know what? Even though it may be a lot, I'll never have to worry about any space ever again. And the hard drives I'm looking at, or the hard drive that I'm looking at is, ooh, wobbly. Wow, dude, calm down. Even with a worker hired on this, it's ridiculous. The hard drive that I'm looking at is called a FireCuda 2 terabyte hard drive, and I guess it, from what I've been told, it wakes the systems right up. For speed, it increases speed on the game, on your gaming. You never have any issues with space, ever. with downloads and whatnot, or video like movies and whatnot. So yeah, and they're not all that expensive. I think I priced them at about 85 or 90 bucks. So it's a quality known brand hard drive for a decent price. So I think I'm eventually gonna upgrade both of them. I've been told to stay away from the USB hard drive, external hard drives. Uh, I was gonna go for it. I had one picked out and everything, and I messaged a buddy of mine who's a computer geek. He actually has a YouTube channel called Black Thumbs Racing. Um, he's a gearhead just like me, but he lavishes in computer gaming and PlayStation. Um, he's the one that referred me to him, and yeah, I did. I read the reviews, and holy crap, definitely worth the investment. So, gonna check that out. Okay, there we go. That field's set. I have to get my plow down to field 3. So we'll get this put away. We'll get him started. On plowing. So what I try to do when I start field 3 I bought ready to harvest. So um, what I do after I harvest the field is I'll plow it. And what I typically try to do is I will put down a solid fertilizer and I'll plow the field under so oh, so the fertilizer has a better effect. It rejuvenates the ground soil and whatnot and nutrients and sets it up for being cultivated. Um, on some of my other maps, I have been using a different type of cultivator. I haven't been using the one that you just saw me use on the track dozer there, the Massey Ferguson track loader. I've been using power harrows, power cultivators, PTO driven cultivators. Um, and I saw the reason being was I saw Daggerwin use one, a modded one he had downloaded, and thought that was a pretty neat idea. So I decided to try them out, and you know what? I understand the concept of both the regular drag behinds and the PTO driven ones. PTO driven ones seem to me, do a better job than we're going to use the other sower. Seem to be do a better job of mixing the ground up and prepping the field for being sown. Um, so what do we got? Oh, that does that. So where is my? Oh no, that. Why do I have 2 of these over here? This now. Where is it? I had a regular sewing machine over here. Where did it go? Oh, all my equipment's all messed up. I guess we could put sunflowers on that lot. Actually, what do I need? Oh, I'm dropping the wrong equipment here. What do I have in storage? We got 40,000 of wheat. We have 32,000 of barley. I don't have a lot of canola. You know what? We'll do some canola because I got 48,000 liters of corn. Yeah, we'll plant some canola. So I'm going to have to get my other sewing machine, I think, because this is just that stuff. Where did my other sewing machine go? Is it over here? Oh, this drives me nuts. This is how long it's been since I played this map. I don't know where anything is. I don't know what I have. See that one I use on over here by the main farm on lot 11 and 14. So that's that cultivator. Don't I have a normal one? Might be having to run in the store to make a purchase. Oops. Let's see here. Well, since I'm at the main farm, let's go collect some eggs. These chickens are ridiculous with their egg laying. I started the map up. I had I don't know how many eggs to collect. They went nuts laying eggs. Okay, let's see here. Um, hmm. I know I had a different sewing machine over here. Where? Let's check the shop. No, no, no. Why do I have two of these over here when they do the same thing? Why did I do that? Where is... Oh, you know what? I know what happened. I had the Coon Pack downloaded, and we had to shut it off last night. Stuart and I had to shut it off. So, we're gonna have to replace... I had the Coon sewing machine, but that should have been... That should have stayed when I reactivated this. Hold on just a minute, folks. Let me take a look at something here. What did I have? Was it that? I must have sold that, but why did I buy that and then that? Doesn't make any sense. Or was it this that I had? No, that wasn't it. Why did I do that? I don't know. We're gonna have to buy another sewing machine. Do I want that one or that one? I don't like that one that much, but it's got a bigger width on it. Oh, they're the same. So you know what? We'll just go with this guy. He's got, that does all the basic cover crops and cereal crops. So we're gonna buy this. Alright, so we'll go back to the other farm. Oh, I didn't know I had a storage spot over here. Okay, we'll grab him. Oh, you know what? I think Stuart just put that there. So let's go pick up, let's go pick up my... So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna cheat a little bit. We're gonna reset that to here. Make it a little bit easier. So let's go get that and get it transferred over here. And just remember, folks, semi-realistic map. So I know this isn't the right way to do it, but it's better than having to run all the way to the docks and then all the way back over to field 3 and 1 and 2, and you know the drill. So we're gonna get this hooked up. And we're gonna head out to the other field and we'll get some stuff going here. Oh, come on, you can do it. Steep hill, man. There we go. Awesome. Take a cruise by the sheep and the cow pens. See how they... See, I just cleaned that up last night. These guys are slobs. Hey. The cows aren't doing too bad. That was all green yesterday. This is a mess. So we'll head over to Sealy P Farm and we'll start getting some work done on lot 1. Yeah, see that's what happened right there. That happened because of the map update. I had that cleared, and then yeah, that came in, and that field was all covered. My potato field, which maybe we'll do some work on that tonight as well. I plan on doing a pretty decent lengthy stream tonight, so. I like driving these tractors in first-person view. It's pretty cool. Gives you the open-air feeling of an old-school tractor. Kind of like what I grew up with. Growing up as a child, we had a farm. We had cows, chickens, goats. We had three fields that we baled hay on that were my grandfather's. My grandfather's was what they called land rich, money poor back in the day. Um, Barely had enough to scrape by money wise, but he had land like you wouldn't believe that had been left to him from previous family members, parents, and whatnot. Um, and we had two lots, so we just referred to them as the north lots. That's where we got our hay. Uh, Probably about, they weren't big fields by any means. I want to say they were maybe 6 or 7 acres each, but off of each field we'd get, off our first cut we'd get about, well, anywhere from 250 to 300 bales per lot. And second cut, usually we'd end up with around maybe 175, 200 bales. Um, but yeah, that's where that's why we worked those fields with a 1962 601 Workmaster Ford and a 1939 9N Ford Ferguson that were my mother's father's, and I miss it. I wish I could go back and just and actually learn more about it and still be involved with it. Um, Looking back at 38 years old, it was actually a lot of fun, and it's something I would give to do in real life again, if given the chance. Learned a lot of valuable lessons growing up on a farm, and all for the good, never for the bad. It was always fun. We were always doing different things, learning new stuff. I'd highly recommend it to anybody who has children. Our kids, my brother lives with our mother, with his wife and three kids, and they have started working the land again around our mother's property. And they are doing what we did as children now as adults with their kids, and it's just an awesome learning experience. They have had goats. They raise chickens, turkeys, ducks. um, so yeah, they're keeping it going. It's pretty cool to see happen too. Okay, we're gonna put this away. We're gonna grab that plow. We gotta get some work done over on field 3. You can see out there in the distance, field 3 is barren. It's been harvested. We baled the straw swaths. Those are the piles of straw you saw down at the BGA plant. Those are gonna get fed to the shredder. You do make money off of it. Not a lot. I think it's 400 and change per bale that you make off of it. Um, but the advantage there is you get slurry, aggregate, fertilizer. So instead of having to consistently buy solid fertilizer and liquid fertilizer, um, you can just take the slurry from the BGA plant and utilize that for fertilizer, and it's free. You don't have to pay for it. Once it's in the slurry tank, it's free for the taking. And I know everybody's asking me, why in God's name are you using that to plow with? Well, you know what? Plows take a decent amount of power to pull through the ground, and this is a low RPM, high torque machine. They're designed to pull anything, and it works awesome as a plow machine. They're not meant for high horsepower use. They're meant for low torque, low RPM work, and they do the job. So just start on this side of the field and get them going, and we'll let them loose. If y'all noticed, there was one bale over here that I missed during pickup, but it was one bale out of all the bales that we got off of this field. No, that's not how that's supposed to work. You're doing that wrong. How do y'all feel about the AIs on this game? Personally, I think they could do a better job, but whatever. So we'll get this guy going. We'll do the headland. And even after I restart him, he's still not going to follow my path, so it doesn't really matter. He's going to do whatever the program wants him to do. The joys of technology. See, even if I start him now, he tries to go off track, and then he does go off track, and then he stops, and blah blah blah. So it's almost easier just to do it on your own. I could go across, I guess. Let's see what happens going across the field. That might work better. Might take longer, but it might actually work better to my advantage. Might get more done. Might not have to fight with the AI either. That'd be nice. So let's see what happens if I set the plow down here and hit the higher worker button. Nope, not gonna do it. Okay. So see what happens when I set him here. I don't like that. Let's what is this? Okay, so let's do this. I'll do a little bit, and then we'll set a worker on, and we'll just let him do what he's gonna do, and then we'll fix it from there. I like the bays that they set up here. Oh, anybody ever notice? You can't see him from here, but if you look out in that direction at the edge of the field, there's a trawler out in the water, trawling for fish. Thought that was pretty cool. So far, so good. It's looking pretty decent so far. and I don't think this is going to be the only video tonight. I'm pretty wired. Working second shift has its downfalls. I might be doing a different map. I might continue working on this after a short break. I'll do another live feed. Sometimes I get viewers late at night. I'm located in the U.S. I'm on Eastern Time. So right now it is, if I look at my clock on my phone, it is 1:06 a.m. in the morning. So usually if I was getting home from work, I would have been home for just under an hour at this point in time. I leave work at night at 11:30. I have about a 40 to 50 minute ride home. I'm sorry, not 40 to 50 minute, anywhere between 30 and 40 minutes for me to get home. So it's not a long ride, but it's a substantial one. It's all highway till I get literally I get on the highway at the bottom of the hill I live on. I live right on a main road. Kind of sucks because I'm sure you hear the traffic go by at night when I'm on broadcasting. Literally, we have a major state road not 6 feet off of the front of our house. It's a nice town that we live in, but it's a very heavily traveled street or state route. So it's an advantage that I'm right off the highway because I can just get right on a highway and head to work. The downfall is it's all highway driving, so when I'm going into work for 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I hit mid-afternoon rush hour traffic, which is absolutely horrendous. Going through a certain section of the interstate that I travel. And I usually have to leave anywhere between 30 to 45 minutes before my shift starts to avoid any major traffic jams. If I leave exactly an hour before I need to be to work, I end up in bumper-to-bumper parking lot traffic. And it's amazing what 15 or 20 minutes will do to save you that time of sitting in bumper-to-bumper traffic. It's ridiculous, and it's only because people don't want to merge during construction. That's all it boils down to. So, okay, so we're gonna watch this worker do a bit here and see how he does. It looks like he's gonna do a pretty decent job. We will have to keep an eye on him though. So we'll see how he does on his turnaround here. Got a demand for wool at the spinnery, and we have barley demand at Spectre Hector. And if anybody has seen Spectre Hector build the Spectre Hector building, Stuart and I found it last night while we were broadcasting. One of the rooms literally looks like it was a slaughterhouse. There's blood smeared all over one of the downstairs rooms on the walls. It's kind of creepy. And Spectre, as we all hopefully know, is just another name for ghosts. So, kind of makes you wonder what happened in the house. He seems to be doing good. Hopefully he'll do it right. Is it a he or a she? Who did we hire? Yeah, I'm gonna go with that's a dude. So we'll see how he does. Seems to be doing all right. Let's go check out the other guy at the field one here. Oh, he's still sewing away. He's doing a good job. Doing actually a pretty decent job too. Sometimes these guys are kind of picky, so how much they will do. We'll have to come back to him. So let's get some bales into the machine and get them sold. So we're going to fold up the head unit here. You will notice that I try to play with the help box off because it kind of gets in the way. I don't care for it. Sometimes I do need to use it, especially when I'm packing down silage, which, as you can see in the silage pit here, uh, I have started a decent amount. I was asked the very first time I did a broadcast on this map, why bother? And the simple reason is I like a challenge. So, let's see, we'll pick up the top 4 here instead of the bottom. I like a challenge. I like the challenge in filling the silage bunkers, not only at the BGA plant, but which way do I want to turn this way? But at the farms as well. They're there for a reason. I realize they can make silage bales for the cattle, for the cows, for their power food, but to me doing silage bales is just the easy way out. I understand it takes longer to make the silage by doing it in the bunkers, but there's a satisfaction to it that I get out of it, so that's what I do. And we're getting $442 a bale at the VGA plant, and I will, for the sake of argument, turn on my help box for a short while, and I will show you as we put these bales in. A quick run over to the slurry pit over there, and I'll show you the level will increase on the slurry aggregate that we're getting from selling these bales into the BGA shredder. So, okay, there's 8 bales in there. We're going to run over here. As you can see, we have 7% because I have already sold grass bales in here. And the amount is increasing. So we have 62,000 liters already in slurry. I wish I knew how big these things are liter-wise. Because, I mean, if we're already at 62,000 liters and that's only 7%, that is a massive tank that they have going on there. Which is pretty cool. We'll end up, we could get that thing filled up and we'll have slurry for life. Almost. A lot of you might be asking why I'm selling the bales here. I already do have some bales up at the farm for the cattle, for the cows. So at this point in time, I don't really need any more bales. Plus, trying to get that wagon over there, where did Stewart put it? I have an auto load wagon, yeah, parked way over there by the trees. Trying to get that wagon up the path of death on this map is hair-raising to say the least. And it's almost better to go all the way around on the field, on the islands, to get it there. So, not that I have gotten that trailer up the path of death. It's not impossible, but it's not preferred. It's like trying to get animals up there. You almost feel so bad for them. You want to go the long way around. My sheep did not appreciate the path of death going up that incline. or those bridges. So we actually had when I did this map a while back and bought the sheep, which I don't have that on my YouTube videos. Um, I felt so bad for the sheep that when I decided that I was ready to purchase the cows, I had the cows delivered. Because, yeah, it's too much to try to take animals up that kind of a path. And it's not fair to the animals, and I know it's a game, but whatever. If you wouldn't do it in real life, you shouldn't do it on a video game, and vice versa. If you wouldn't do it in a game, don't do it in real life. Oh, there goes that pile. Oh boy. Oh, what a mess. Good thing the owner's cleaning it up, I guess. Alright, get this in there. Come on, down you go. Come on, fall off. There we go. So our money meter's slowly climbing back up into the green. I like to try to keep it above 80,000. If I get below that, I tend to have a bad habit of spending money and just blowing it all on stuff I don't need. We do have duplicates of machinery on this map only because we're working two islands at the same time. So I have equipment at the main farm for the fields that I have cleared, which are 11 and 14, and I'm almost done clearing 13. And then field 11 and 14 are my primary fields that I've been using because I took so long on clearing up the rest of the fields. So we have duplicates there, or we have machinery on that farm, and we have duplicates over by 1, 2, and 3 on CLEP farm. So I can work those without having to transport equipment every single time I want to do something else. Which, as everybody knows, that gets repetitive and can be aggravating sometimes, especially when you're ready to do the next step of sewing and you go to do it and you're like, oh crap, that machine's not here, I gotta go transport it now. So I have duplicates of the machinery. I don't even know if I have a loan on this map. That's something I should look at. I do have a loan on this map, so we need to start working on paying that off too. There we go. I love the fact that they changed it so you don't have a limit on what you can put in the shredder here. You put it in there and it just sucks it right up. I really gotta get going on getting silage up to the farm because I need to start getting my cows producing milk. They're not gonna do it without power food. So I think the next crop I'm gonna do on 11 after I clear the field of my canola and the trees, we'll put up some corn and we'll do a silage harvest and get something going for it. At least get a little bit started. And I can transport silage off of the grass field here that I've been using to fill this up with, but still gotta go up that path of death. have done sugar beets on this field. I bought the old, well, not the old equipment, but not the. I don't own a sugar beet harvester like the automated one where you can hire a worker. I own the pull behind with the home topper. And I have the same thing going for my potatoes, because you need a root crop for your pigs. And I kind of try to mix it up a little bit um, for both, so I have both potatoes and sugar beets. So oh, there we go. Got all of them. Wow, cool. Let's see if I can get them all into the shredder here. 3 more bales to dump, and we'll be done over here. We'll check the status of the slurry tank after I'm done. We'll see what the percentage has increased to. Okay, so it's not gonna let me grab both of those, so we'll get rid of this one. Okay, there's that one. Oh, I have a comment on my YouTube channel. Pace for not paying attention. Lawrence Reed, sorry, I had set my headset down on our turtle tank. If you didn't hear that, I had to take a quick relief break. Silvershot Gaming, I might take you up on that offer in a little bit. I'll have to let you know. I have a lot of mods downloaded, so you'd have to match up to mine. I don't know if you're willing. I spent 45 minutes to an hour last night syncing up my mods on this PlayStation to the one in my bedroom so I could play with my oldest son. And once we get the mods synced, I try to keep them that way. Because then it's another cluster trying to get them straightened back out so we can do another broadcast. I'm not going to be just working on this specific map tonight. I might be, I haven't decided yet. Yeah, I do have a lot of mods. The advantages, the reason I have a lot of mods is one, I want to say 3/4 of what I have downloaded, and the rest are kind of just like ideas I try to play with. I don't do it intentionally. I have a lot of objects downloaded that I do use on other maps. If you look at one of my recent broadcasts for Goldcrest Valley, you'll see what I've done with the farm on that in respect to placeables. I don't do it on purpose. I tend to try to help people out on their farms more, but I don't even do that a lot. So my apologies. I hope it doesn't turn you off from watching. I've had bad experiences with some people joining one of my multiplayer servers. So I'm very cautious as to who I do let in and who I don't let in. You got it, man. I'll probably after I'm done broadcasting here, I'll add you. My YouTube channel, I try not to overdo it. I've overdone it with Farming Sim, but it's because it's the most. This is my way to unwind from daily life. I have done some broadcasts on Mudrunner, which I do have. I have done a few different. I've done one broadcast of Mudrunner. I have done a couple of different Need for Speed broadcasts, but this is my go-to game. If I've had a bad day or a rough shift at work, this is what I do to unwind. So it is what it is. All right, you have a wonderful evening, Silver Shot. Thank you. You as well. Okay, so he's doing good. What else can we do? Let's cycle through here. Okay. I should probably get my potatoes going here. Oh, I'm not gonna make that swing. Let's fold that back up for a moment. There we go. Alrighty. So, we're gonna have to position this on the end and start it from here. As you can see, the trees that had respawned from the update. Are these not ready yet? How are these not ready yet? Huh. Well, that stinks. Okay. So we'll fold him back up. We'll shut this off. Let's take a look at our progress in the field here. Where are we? Okay, let's see here. Those guys are doing all good. Tell me I'm not going to be able to harvest them. That field is ready to harvest. So why won't it let me? Come on. There we go. Huh. Well, that definitely is weird. They might not be ready yet. Might have to go through one more stage, so we'll wait. And we're just going to use the Hom topper first. So that's the cedar. We don't need that. Don't need you. What is this? What is this? Oh, yeah, there's my harvester. Let's see if I can go harvest field 11. Haha. Just noticed the brakes sound like the old FS15 old tractor packs that they gave us as a DLC. Squeaky brakes. Okay, good. At least I can harvest this field. No. You're gonna do this like the way you're supposed to. There we go. So I'm gonna have to do this. Cool. That's alright. I don't mind. Should have had a better choice in harvesters. Pick this one over the Massey Ferguson because it had the old school thing going on. It'll do. It'll just take a little bit longer. Oh, almost made it around the tree. There we go. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, obstacle course. I like a challenge. Okay, YouTubers, I am going to cut this broadcast for a little bit, give myself about a 30 to 45 minute break. I'm going to finish up this field, and I will be back again tonight or this morning, wherever it is you are at the moment, depending on the time of day. I hope everybody has a sparkling night, day, afternoon, morning, whichever time of the day it is for you. Like, subscribe would be appreciated. and feel free to share the video. I'm always looking for more viewers. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, and we will see you in a bit.